Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Irrelevant, and welcome back to Mr. Irrelevant Plays. Now, back to the topic of what is the best ship class. Today it's cruisers. And there are a lot. Oh my gosh, like, I could go through and talk about every single one individually, but they're just too much. So just know that there's a cruiser out there that will fit your playstyle in terms of what specific, bridge officer seatings that you're wanting, like command, intel, temporal, whatever, what have you. Yeah. So, because unlike flight deck carriers, there's so many cruisers classes. It's more of, well, what style of cruiser would be best? As you can see, there's a lot that have 4-4 loadouts just from the Zen store alone. And it just keeps going. Here's one that's 5-3. So, yeah, there's a lot. So, what makes the best cruiser? Well, I mean, 5-3, that's a good start. Everyone says that 5-3 is the best setup, but, I mean, you do you. I don't have an issue whether it's 4-4 or 5-3 or what. But 5-3 is generally what we want to go for. So, there's that. Does it have a hangar bay? Well, this one doesn't, but this one does. And if you're going with the, Uncon build, how many Uncon procs can you have? Well, this ship can have 8. 2 engineering, 3 miracle worker / science, and 2 universal. Wait, so that's actually 7, not 8. My bad. So then you get more into the grid of it of like, do you want a hangar bay? Do you not want to have a hangar bay? Do you want that when you have 6 abilities of proc Uncon? Do you want more? There's a lot that goes into that thought process. And, well, if you're not doing Uncon proc, then how many Uncon procs that the ship comes with really doesn't matter to you. But what if it does? What if you want the Uncon proc? And what if you don't have a promo ship to do it with? Well, I got 2 cruisers for you. One of them is a Dreadnought cruiser. I'm putting it all in the same category. And one of them is a Temporal cruiser. The NV, which before you say, oh, but the NV looks so ugly, you can change the way it looks. You can kit bash it. Oh. So yeah, I've kit bashed it like crazy. Trust me, you'll be fine. This thing's a beast. If you want Uncon ship, this thing has 11 Uncon procs. And also has a hangar bay. Klingon side. Legendary Negvar has 10 Uncon procs. And it has a hangar bay. And it's a 5-3. This is just Zen ships. But yeah, no, there's a lot when it comes to like cruisers. That the game has a large amount of them, from battle cruisers to dreadnought cruisers to light battle cruisers to light cruisers. Like there is a lot to choose from when it comes to cruisers. Multi-mission cruisers, but I mean, I guess like I don't really see why giving it multi-mission is that wired, but sure. But they're heavy battle cruisers is another one. I mean, there's this thing. I forgot this thing existed. Even own it. There's a lot that goes into it. I mean, heck, there's even warbirds that are battle cruisers. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into cruisers. My play style, I'm sure y'all have noticed, I prefer flying cruisers over anything else. That's just because I like the play style of cruisers. But yeah, like buddy of mine were just messing around earlier, like, how many Uncon procs can we get just to mess around? And I literally, like, looked at this thing again, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on, this thing has 11. If you don't believe me, well, show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Oh, it only has 10, never mind. 1, Why did I think I had 11? There's 8. 8, 10. Oh, I'm just dumb. You know, this thing has 8, and this thing has 10. The Negvar has 10. So these two ships are, I would put as like the, like, really good in terms of, gosh dang it, my brain just stopped working. In terms of like Zen ships, and if you're going with Oncon procs, and if you have them, of course, the Negvar and the Envy, if you're going that route, are like absolutely fantastic. Negvar, I would lean towards more just a little bit, only because it's 5-3, but at the same time, I'd also lean towards the multi-mission Temple Cruiser just a little bit because of the fact that it's a temporal. And yeah, the Krenim Chronophage slaps. So, like, trust me, there is a ship out there that you will find, that you'll start flying around in, and you're just going to want to keep flying it. That happened to me recently with the Obina. I love the Obina. I just wish it wasn't a lockbox ship, because I want it. On, like, all my characters, plus its console's really... It's the sister ship to the Excelsior 2, for those that don't know. But yeah, no, like, there's a lot in terms of, like, what you can find. I was actually planning on making this episode about carriers, which they'll come next, don't worry. Now, one of these days, I'll do, like, an more in-depth video on cruisers, just because there's so many, and it's my favorite playstyle, on which ones I like the most in terms of just, like, the way the ship is designed, versus how it flies, versus what you can do with it, and so on. Say right now that the Eclipse Intel Cruiser... excuse me, the Eclipse Intel Cruiser is going to be one of them. Because I really, really love the way this ship looks. Honestly. But yeah, no, there's going to be more. Up next will be carriers. Because, you know, flight deck carriers was the first one. And I actually was planning on having that one be done. But since I was already messing with cruisers and I was going through a lot of cruisers, I was like, wait a minute. What can I do? Oh, here's another one. We're going to have 1, 3, that's 6. 4 more, 10. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's a lot you can do, but yeah, cruisers. There's so many that I really couldn't just sit here and say, oh, you know, there's this one. Oh, there's this one. This one outperforms this one. This one outperforms that one. There's just so many that you couldn't sit here and say, oh, this one's better than the other, just because of how many there are. There's some that still outperform others. Well, of course, you're always gonna have a ship that will outperform something else. That's always going to happen. I mean, heck, I've beaten the so-called best DPSing ship with an unupgraded Chekhov, doing a Beamfire will build. Sometimes you'll have those runs where you just feel like you're not doing much, and sometimes you have those runs where you're just, like, destroying everything. It will happen. Especially when you're chasing those you know, high-end numbers. It's fun. Like, I just like to, you know, throw things together, see if they work. If they work, cool. If not, then, you know, whatever. The only thing, like, this ship right here, oh boy, there's 4 right there, 2 right there, 3 right there. A lot of Oncon procs to have on one single ship. That's another reason why I really like the Cygnus. I actually need to look at the World Razor Bridge Roaster seating to see what that one's like, because I actually don't know. I don't fly it all the time, so I can't remember. Do need next to it, though. But yeah, cruisers, there is so many. Different versions, different flavors. Battle cruisers, light battle cruisers, heavy battle cruisers, dreadnought cruisers, command battle... Like, there's just a lot. And granted, when it's a command battle cruiser, just because it's command primary seating. You know, cool. But yeah, no, there's too many cruisers to really cover. Cruisers are my favorite subclass in this game. And it's just because it's what I like to fly the most. I mean, heck, all the Constitutions are cruisers. Except for one. That Constitution's a warship, but that's a lockbox. Yeah, cruisers. There's definitely one out there that you might end up liking. Stay tuned for next episode. It's going to be covering carriers. Well, carriers will be a little bit easier to do just because there's not as many. Like, here's all the carriers. They're on the Zen store alone, and most of the carriers. I mean, I'm not going to cover the flight deck carriers, of course, because it's a separate thing. But just carriers, yeah, I'll be doing that. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful and fantastic day. God bless, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.